Yes, continuing. If one of the root of the quadratic equation is r, then the other root is how much is the question. Now, can anyone tell me the approach for this question so that we will get the answer much faster? Can anyone tell me? First of all, we know one of the root. If you substitute one of the root, you will not get like the other root and all. You will not get other root. You will only get that whether the root satisfy the equation or not. You will get it like whether the equation is satisfied. Other than that, you will not understand anything. But can you do something else? Alpha and beta formula. What is the alpha and beta formula? I am not getting it. They are telling alpha is equal to what? One root is r. They are asking us to find the value of beta. Now, can anyone tell me what is the product of the root over here? Product of the root. Alpha beta is equal to how much over here? 0. Alpha beta is nothing but constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So alpha beta means r is alpha, then beta is how much? We need to find beta. Constant term is how much over here? R. Coefficient of x square is how much over here? P. Looking at that, beta value is how much? Beta is equal to 1 by p, which is answer. Option C is your answer. I hope that you understood this. Very different question, very easy answer. Yes, you were having maths in the 11th and 12th? No, fine. Okay, try to listen. Next topic onwards, you might understand. Okay, yes. Everyone understood this? Is it clear? Any doubt in this? Very easy approach. What we did? We took the product of the root. First step is that we took the product of the root. Then we did what? Instead of putting alpha, we put r. Then we are finding what? The question is what? Find the other root of the quadratic equation. So we took product of the root is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square, which we studied yesterday. Correct? We studied yesterday. So r into beta is equal to how much? Constant term is how much over here, people? Constant term is nothing but r. Then coefficient of x square is how much over here? P. So it will become like r divided by p. That is nothing but r and r got cancelled. Then what is remaining? Beta is equal to 1 by p. That is remaining. Option C is your answer. Soumya, I hope you understood now. Everyone, Sugrita, you understood this? Everyone understood this? Nihita, Akshaya, Sakshini, Srimati, everyone got this? If so, Ayush, you got it. Sudarshan, then Sudarshan, Bhuvanesh, everyone got it? Kalei? Yes. Yadavade? Yes. Konjama. Okay. Pravalika got it? Yes, Livika? Yes, Sugrita. So we are going to start off with the new concept. I think we finished everything else. A few questions are there. We will look at that in few minutes. Make a note of this shortcut. If two roots are in the ratio, okay, they will say that the roots are in the ratio. That means alpha divided by beta will be in the ratio 3 divided by 4, 1 divided by 2. Likewise, they will give in the question. For example, alpha is to beta will be given as 1 is to 2, or alpha is to beta is given as 4 is to 5, or alpha is to beta is given as m is to n, or how will you write it ratio? In school we studied alpha by beta is equal to m by n will be given in the question. If like that is given in the question, we have a shortcut. Okay, this shortcut is very important because recently many questions were there based on this shortcut. Now, if you are going to solve it from the very basic and all, it will take a lot of time to solve it. That is not possible for us. So that's why this shortcut is important. Make a note of this shortcut formula, people. So when they give the shortcut, when they give the ratio, we will write m into n. Okay, for example, ratio is 2 is to 3. We will write it as what? 2 into 3 into b square. What is this b? Can anyone tell me what is b? Coefficient of x. Yes, yesterday we studied coefficient of x, which is equal to m plus n. So it will be like what? 2 plus 3, the whole square, into a into c. What is this a? Coefficient of x square. What is this c? Constant term given in the question. So can we check a question based on this shortcut formula? So many were there in the past. This is one such question, people. Find the positive value of k. Okay, which the roots of the quadratic equations are in the ratio 3:2. That means m is equal to how much? 3. N is equal to how much? 2. A is equal to how much? 12. B is equal to how much? K. C is equal to how much? 5. Everything is there. So we will use our shortcut formula. What is the shortcut formula? M into n, b square is equal to m plus n the whole square into AC. That means m into n. Everyone do it along with me. 3 into 2 into p square is how much over here, da? Instead of b, we will put whom? K. K square is equal to m plus n. That means 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2. The whole square into A is how much? 12 into C is how much? 5. Put all the values, cancel things, get me the answer. Everyone, try it. So, how much it will be? Please tell me. 6 into k square is equal to 3 plus 2 is how much? 5. 5 square is how much? 25 into 12 into 5. Get me the answer, people. One of the easiest question. Get me the answer. Everyone. So 6 and 2 will get cancelled. K square is equal to 25. If you require, you can type it in your calculator. 25 into 12 into 5 divide by 6. How much are you getting? Somewhere 50. 250 you are getting. That means k is equal to how much? Click root. Root of 250. How much is it? 15.81. Look, is 5 by 12 is 15.8? No. 12 by 5 is 15.8? No. Check any of this. How much is 5 root 10? 15.81 now. 5 root 10. So our answer will be what, people, then? Yes. Is it correct? Everyone got the same answer? Yes. Check. Which option is giving you the answer? Option D. Take your calculator. How to calculate this? Type 10. Then click root. Then multiply it with 5. How much are you getting? 15.81, which is equal to your required answer. I hope you guys understood the shortcut. Okay, this is very important. Recently, many questions were there based on this. Not talking about MTP, I am talking about the literal exams. Okay, yes. Now, another question. I hope everyone understood. Nihida, Akshaya, Sakshini, Saumya, Srimati. Everyone, are you catching up? Yes, eventually you are also getting there. Yes, Pravalika got it. Yes, Ayush got it. Sudarshan got it. Everyone got it. If so, we are going for the next one. Inga Parango. If the roots of the equation 4x square minus 6x plus p is equal to 0 is 1:2. The roots are in the ratio what, people? 1:2. That means m is equal to how much? 1. N is equal to how much? 2. A is equal to how much? 4. B is equal to how much? -6. C is equal to how much? P. Everything is there. Substitute everything in the formula. You will get the answer. What is the formula? Mn b square is equal to m plus n AC. Mn plus m plus n the whole square into A into C. M into n. M into n is how much? 1 into 2 is 2. 2 into b square is how much, people? 4 square. -6 square. -6 square is how much? That is 36. Which is equal to m plus n. That is 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 square into A is how much? 4. Into C is how much? P. Substitute everything. Get me the answer. How much is it? 2. Everyone got it as 2? So it will become 2 into 36, which is equal to 9 into 4 into P. So take your calculator, accordingly do it. So you will type 2 into 36, divide by 9, divide by 4, which is equal to how much, people? 2. Okay. So if you are not good with taking common factor out and cancelling, if you are not good with any of it, you will do what? Take your calculator, type. Don't do any mistake by rearranging and all. Okay. Did I do any rearranging here? No. I did what? I typed 2 into 36 on calculator. Then I divide with 9, I divide with 4. Why? Because that 9 and 4 should come to the denominator. That time we already studied that. If something is there along with a p value or something we need to find, we need to take them to the denominator of the other side. We already studied. Using that logic, we got the answer. Okay, fine. Yes. 2 is the answer. Next question. Yesterday, I hope everyone remember. I asked you whether you know the basic quadratic equation or sorry, basic identity and all. What were the identity, people? I asked you. A plus b the whole square is equal to how much? What is a plus b the whole square? We studied in school. A square plus b square plus 2ab. Then we studied something else. What is a minus b the whole square? That is a square minus 2ab plus b square. That also we studied. Then what we studied, people? A plus b the whole cube is how much? That is a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. Now I will ask everyone a question. Can I write a plus b the whole square in terms of a minus b the whole square? Can I write a plus b the whole square in terms of a minus b the whole square? So I will do one thing now. I am writing a minus b over here. Okay. A minus b the whole square. What is the formula for a minus b the whole square? A square plus b square minus 2ab. Correct? Minus 2ab. Now, what is the formula for a plus b the whole square? That is a square plus a 2ab plus b square. Now, if I add 1 2ab, so if you ask me, this a square plus b square minus 2ab plus 1 0 is also there, right? Always, with every number there is another 0. We are not actually doing the math of that 0. For example, when we say 2. So, when you say 2, I will say back 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 0 is also what? 2. When you say 100, I will say it's not 100, 100 plus 0. Then you will be like, hey, 100 plus 0. How 100 plus 0? Both are zeros, 100 itself, right? Then when you say 1000, I will say 1000 plus 0. That is also what? 1000 itself. It is not going to change. When I say plus 0, it will not add another 0 to 1000. No. It will be 1000 plus 0 is how much? 1000 itself. So can I say that a minus b the whole square is nothing but a square plus b square minus 2ab plus 0. Same formula. Formula is not changing. But instead of the 0, I will do one magic. Can I say that this is nothing but 2ab minus 2ab? People, 2ab minus 2ab is how much? 0. So instead of 0, I wrote what? 2ab minus 2ab. Now you tell me, a square plus b square plus 2ab is how much? A plus b the whole square. Then what is remaining? Minus 2ab minus 2ab. It will become minus 4ab. So I can write a minus b the whole square in terms of a plus b the whole square, just like this. Make a note of it, people. Make a note of it. Even if you don't know how to derive it, you should know the formula. In the future, we will call it as alpha minus beta and alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is nothing but sum of the root. Alpha beta is how much? That is product of the root. So we will convert it into that manner in the nearby future. Make a note of it, everyone. Akshaya, Nihita, Sakshini, Sruti, Saumya, everyone, Srimati, make a note of it. Yes, Purna, you are getting it right? Yes, everyone understood right how I just changed it in this manner. Now, can I go for the question? Everyone, keep it in your mind. It might be useful for your future. Now, one more question I will ask now. Alpha plus beta the whole square is how much? Instead of a, who is sitting there? A is sitting there. And instead of a, alpha is sitting. Instead of b, who is sitting there? Beta is sitting. So can I write it as alpha square plus beta square? 2 plus 2 alpha beta. So people, what will be the value of alpha square plus beta square? That means this 2 alpha beta goes to other side. It will become alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta is nothing but what? Alpha square plus beta square. Keep it in your mind. This might also be required at some part of your time. Okay. So we will require certain time. Why? Because we can always find alpha plus beta. How? Sum of the root. We can always find alpha beta, product of the root. Sometimes if they ask the question like find alpha square plus beta square, can we directly find? No. That time we will use this formula. whichever we studied in our 5th standard, 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard, 9th standard, whichever standard you went, this algebraic formula was there. Correct? A plus b the whole square. Can I start, people? Everyone? Dinesh, have you watched the recording? Are you able to catch up? Oh, yes. Always watch recordings now. Anyway, there is an option to watch in 2x speed, right? At least do that and come. Otherwise, that you will be blank at certain point. Look at the question. So minus 2ab plus 2ab got cancelled. Remaining minus 2ab. How minus 4ab? No. So there. So if you ask me, when I said a minus b the whole square is nothing but a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, that is the general formula. Then plus 0 is also there, I told you. So instead of the 0, I wrote what? Plus 2ab minus 2ab. So here a square plus b square plus 2ab. These entire thing became what? A plus b the whole square. Then minus 2ab became minus 4ab. Understood, Akshay? That's how it became. Okay. Yes, perfect. Now, get me the answer for this. Find the value of alpha into beta raised to minus 1. Beta raised to minus 1 is what? 1 by beta. I told you on the first day. 2 raised to minus 1 is nothing but 1 by 2. 3 raised to minus 1 is nothing but 1 by 3. Similarly, beta raised to minus 1 is nothing but what, people? 1 by beta. So can I write it as alpha by beta plus beta by alpha is how much is the question. They are asking the value of this much is the question. Now we are going for whatever we studied. Now people, look here. Here finally, this is the moment and the only moment where we are going for an LCM. Can anyone tell me what is an LCM? Whenever constant terms are involved, LCM is very easy. LCM is like this. You will take the denominator will become product of this two. It will become alpha beta. Numerator will become, which term is there in the denominator of the first one? Beta is there. So you will not multiply it with beta, but you will multiply it with what? Alpha. So it will become alpha into alpha plus. Here it will become beta into beta. Are you getting the point? It's just nothing but cross multiplication. You can keep it in your mind like that. You are cross multiplying and writing the denominator. That is alpha beta in the denominator. Then the numerator alpha into alpha plus beta into beta. So alpha into alpha is what? Alpha square plus beta square divided by alpha beta. Now people, they gave us a quadratic equation. Why did they give us a quadratic equation? So that we can find sum of the root and product of the root. Can anyone tell me sum of the root alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is nothing but, yesterday I told you, that is nothing but minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. How much is the coefficient of x over here? 3. That is minus 3 divided by coefficient of x square is how much over here? 2. Can I write it as minus 1.5? Can anyone stop me from writing it as minus 1.5? No. We don't want any fractions. We will always write in what? Decimals, because we have calculator. Then people, what is remaining? Alpha beta or product of the root. What did I tell you yesterday? Product of the root is nothing but constant term divided by coefficient of x square. How much is constant term over here? 7 divided by coefficient of x square is how much? 2. So how much is it? 3.5. Everyone got till here? If so, can I go with this? Yes, is the product 7 by 2? Correct. Everyone got the product and the sum of the root. Now, everyone listen. We need to find what? We need to find this value, correct? This exact value we need to find. Do you have the value of alpha beta? Yes, we have. Do you have the value of alpha square plus beta square? No. How will you rearrange in order to get alpha square plus beta square? I just told you. Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta divided by alpha beta. Now someone will be like, sir, it is minus 4 alpha beta, right? No. I'll tell you why. Alpha plus beta the whole square is equal to what? Alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. So in order to find alpha square plus beta square, this 2 alpha beta goes to this side, right? That means alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta is nothing but alpha square plus beta square. I hope that everyone understood that. Now, do you have the value of alpha? Alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is how much, people? Minus 1.5. Substitute over here. Minus 1.5 the whole square minus 2 into alpha beta is how much, people? Product is how much? 3.5. 2 into 3.5 divided by 3.5. Use your calculator. Use memory calculation. Get me the answer. Everyone understood the math? Anyone is having doubt in the math? Please ask me. So what all things we did? We found sum of the root. We found product of the root. Then what we did? We just, we rearranged the formula and we wrote what? Alpha square plus beta square is nothing but alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Now, how to find this value in calculator? You will type what on calculator, people? On calculator, you will type 1.5 into equal to. Why did I ignore the minus sign? Because square is there, so obviously minus will go off. Into equal to m plus 2 into 3.5 m minus, then mrc divided by 3.5. How much is the answer? Minus 1.35. Looking at the option, only one option is having minus value. Which option is that? Option D. 19 by 14 is how much, people? Minus 1.35. Okay, minus 1.35. So this is the approach for all the questions. If you check this Jan atom, if you check the May atom, if you check the March atom, not the March atom, September atom, everywhere a question based on this source there. Okay, this basic identity. The reason why they are asking this is because of the reason that you studied the identity from very young age. Algebraic identity, we are starting from very young age. Okay, that's why they will always ask a question based on this. Clear aayirukka? Everyone understood this? Now, in the future, there will be another question based on cube. That time we will use a plus b the whole cube formula. A plus b the whole cube is how much? A cube plus b cube minus 3ab into a plus b. Okay. Next question. Everyone. Yes, you wrote it? Yes. Understood, right? Okay. Anyone does not have calculator? Everyone has, right? Yes. You don't know how to use, or calculator is not working? Okay. You don't know. You don't know to use, or? Okay, okay, fine. So what you should do over here is
In break can we check?
yes, that time we will check. Fine, fine. You anyway write the steps meanwhile. Okay. Next one, people. Inga parungo. Which question I'll give? Can anyone tell me the answer for this question? 45th question. Direct question. Alpha plus beta is minus 2. That means what? Sum is equal to minus 2. Product is equal to how much da? Minus 3. Then alpha and beta are the root of the equation, which is what? What is the general way of writing the quadratic equation, people? X square minus sum of the root into x plus product of the root, which is equal to how much? 0. X square minus sum is how much over here? Minus 2 into x plus product is how much over here? Minus 3, which is equal to 0. X square minus and minus will become what? Plus 2x plus, minus 3 is equal to 0. Which option is your answer, people? Option B is your answer. Direct option, direct answer. Yes, Grace. Have you watched the recording? No. Okay. You know basics of quadratic equation? Okay, fine. Anyway, we will finish it soon. Then we will go for cubic. That time you can also get the idea. Next one. This question. Can anyone tell me? First of all, is it given in our proper formula? No, you will rewrite it. 2x square minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Always we will write in the general formula. Then only our formulas are valid. Okay. Then What are they asking? They are asking us the value of what? Alpha square divided by beta plus beta square divided by alpha. Now people cross multiplication. It will become alpha cube plus beta cube divided by what? Divided by alpha beta. So we require the value of alpha cube plus beta cube divided by alpha beta. Can anyone tell me what is the sum of the root over here from the given question? Sum is how much down? Alpha plus beta is how much? Minus of minus 4. Correct? That will become plus 4. Then alpha beta is how much? Product of the root, that is minus 1 by 1 second. 4 minus of minus 4 divided by coefficient of x square is there, right? So you should write it as 4 by 2 and it will become what? Minus 1 by 2. So alpha plus beta is how much, people? Alpha plus beta is equal to 2. Alpha beta is equal to minus 0.5. Everyone got minus 0.5? Anyone got any different answer? Please confirm to me. Now, what is the formula for alpha plus beta the whole cube? Can anyone tell me? You can tell me a plus b the whole cube. Same way you can tell me. Alpha plus beta the whole cube we studied in school was what? Alpha cube plus beta cube plus or minus plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. So this is the formula for alpha plus beta the whole cube. Now, are they asking for alpha plus beta the whole cube? No, they are asking for alpha cube plus beta cube. So rearrange. So alpha cube plus beta cube is nothing but you need to take this entire thing to the left hand side. It will become alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. Make a note of this formula. This is also used at multiple parts. Even if you forget, remember the formula of a plus b the whole cube. That will actually give you the formula for this. Okay, make a note of it. Once that is done, just substitution. You are going for the answer. A very easy type of question. Just substitution is there and calculate. Yes, make a note of it. Once done, we will solve the question. Okay. Can we try? Yes, Grace. Are you getting anything? You know the formula of this one, right? A plus b the whole cube we studied in school and all. Yes. Now, over here, instead of alpha plus beta, the alpha cube plus beta cube, you will write what? Alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. Now, alpha plus beta is how much, people? We already found 2. So, 2 cube minus 3 into how much is alpha beta? That is nothing but minus 0.5 into alpha beta is how much? That is multiplied with 2 divided by, sorry, alpha plus beta is 2 divided by what? Minus 0.5. Now, looking at that, how many negative answers are there? Only 2 negative answers are there. Only negative answer can be an answer only here. Look here. How much is it? 2 cube is how much? Take your calculator. Don't do anything else. Take your calculator. That is 8. For others, I am writing 8 minus will become what? The minus 0.5 and minus will become plus. So 3 into how much? 0.5 into 2 will become what? The 1 divided by minus 0.5, which is nothing but 11 divided by minus 0.5. How much is it? Minus 22 is your answer. Which option is the answer? Option C is your answer. So what did we do? How will you find it in calculator? In calculator, you will write 2 into equal to how many times? 2 times. Then click what? M plus. Then people, 3 into 0.5 into 2. Why did I ignore the negative sign? Because negative and negative will become what? Positive. Then you will click what? M plus. Then click MRC. Divide with 0.5, then click which button? Plus or minus button. Why did I write plus or minus button? Because the denominator is having a negative sign, so our entire answer should be negative. So how much you got, people, on calculator? You might got minus 22. Everyone got minus 22. Did anyone got any different answer? Please tell me that also. Clear Irka? Everyone understood this? Pakka Sukrita, you got it? Yes. Rest of you? Akshaya, Nihita, Bhavdanvi, Sakshini, Saumya. Everyone understood this? If not, tell me. Srimati got it. Suri got it. Yes. Okay. If so, can we go for the next one? Similar question. Okay. Just similar question, because that many times they have asked questions like this. Too many number of times they have asked. Can you get me the answer? Try. They have given alpha cube plus beta cube value. Okay. So they have given what, people? Alpha cube plus beta cube. So accordingly do the question. Can anyone tell me alpha plus beta is how much here? Sum of the root is how much? Alpha plus beta is nothing but minus of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. It will become minus 1. Okay. Alpha plus beta is minus 1. Then alpha beta is how much over here? That is nothing but constant term divided by coefficient of x square. That is how much? R. We have everything. Just we need to find the value of R. People, since they have given alpha cube plus beta cube, which formula you will use, the? Which formula? Will you use alpha square plus beta square? Sorry, alpha plus beta the whole square formula? No, it will not give us the answer. The only possible thing is we should use the formula for alpha plus beta the whole cube is equal to what? Alpha cube plus beta cube minus 3 alpha beta into what? Alpha plus beta. Substitute the values, you are getting the answer. Alpha plus beta is how much? Da? Minus 1 the whole cube is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube is already given in the question. How much is it? Minus 6 minus 3 into alpha beta is how much as per the question? R into alpha plus beta is how much as per the question? Minus 1. Now rearrange, people. Minus 1 the whole cube is how much? Minus 1 itself is equal to minus 6. So minus 3 into minus 1 will become what? Da? Plus 3 into R. Correct? Now this minus 6 goes to the other side. It will become what? Plus 6. Minus 1 plus 6 is equal to 3R. Minus 1 plus 6 will become what? 5. 6 minus 1 is how much? 5, which is equal to 3R. R is equal to how much, people? 5 divided by 3. Looking at that, which option is your answer? Is any, did we miss any negative sign and all? Check once. Have we missed anything negatively? Oh, one mistake we made. What is the formula for alpha plus beta the whole cube? It is plus itself. Okay. So it's minus 3R. It will become minus 5 by 3. We made a small mistake over there. Okay. Done, people? Understood this? So if you get a question like this, will you be able to solve it? Whatever may be the question, you will be able to solve it if you are knowing the basic formula, the basic identity from your school level. If you know, you are going for the answer. Done now? Can we go for the next one, people? Everyone, are you ready for the next question? The next question is timer starts now, people. Start off. One minute you can try. Purna, where is Jayasri? Is it? Okay. Ask her to watch the recordings. Okay. Try பண்ணலாமா? Option D. Good. Very good. We will check in 5 seconds. First of all, tell me what is alpha plus beta? Sum of the root. Alpha plus beta is nothing but minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. That will become minus 1. Then what is alpha beta? Alpha beta is nothing but constant term divided by coefficient of x square. That will become what? 5. Then they are asking for what? Alpha square by beta plus beta square by alpha. Cross multiply. It will become what? Alpha cube plus beta cube divided by what? Alpha beta. So instead of alpha cube plus beta cube, you will write it as what? Alpha plus beta the whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. This way you will write. Divide with what, people? Alpha beta. Correct? Now alpha plus beta the whole cube is how much? Minus 1 the whole cube minus 3 into alpha beta is how much over here? 5 into alpha plus beta is how much over here? Minus 1. Divide by alpha beta is how much over here? 5. Now people, minus 1 the whole cube will become what? Minus 1. Then minus and minus will become what? Plus. 3 into 5 will become what? 15. Divide by what? 5. So minus 1 plus 15 is how much? Plus 14. Divide by 5. Which option is the answer, people? Option D is your answer. Right answer, Soumya, Sruthi, everyone. I hope everyone understood this. Are you getting the point? Yes. Pakka? Understood? Yes, right answer, Sruthi. Nihida, Sakshini. Yeah, tell me the doubt. Type. How is minus 3 alpha beta? So here they are not directly asking for alpha plus beta the whole cube. In the previous question, what they asked? They asked for alpha plus beta the whole cube directly. Here they are asking for what? Alpha cube plus beta cube. So alpha plus beta the whole cube formula is what, people? Alpha cube plus beta cube plus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. That is the formula for alpha plus beta the whole cube. But in this question, they are asking for alpha cube plus beta cube. So you should go take this to the other side. It will become what? It will become negative. That's how it became minus. Okay. Done. Next question is over here. Read the question and try to tell me the answer. Try once. If you are getting or not, completely fine. Difference of the roots. Till now we were talking about what? Sum of the root. Difference of the root. That means what? Difference of the root means, can anyone tell me how will you write it? Alpha minus beta of the given equation is equal to 4. That means alpha minus beta is equal to 4. Alpha minus beta is equal to 4. Then find the value of k is the question. How can you find k? Now my question is, sum of the root is how much? Alpha plus beta is nothing but minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, which is nothing but minus of minus k divided by 1. It will become what? K. So sum of the root is what? K. Product of the root alpha beta is how much? Constant term divided by coefficient of x square, that is equal to how much? 8. That is also there. Alpha plus beta is there. Alpha beta is there. Both the things are there for us, right in front of us. Now my next question, what have they given over here? Alpha minus beta. But we need to find what? Alpha plus beta. Why? Because they are asking the value of k. K is nothing but sum of the root. Now how will I write sum of the root in terms of difference of the root? How will I write alpha plus beta the whole square in terms of alpha minus beta? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? How will I write it? What is the general formula of alpha plus beta? Da? Alpha plus beta the whole square is how much? Can anyone tell me directly? Alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. Correct? That is the formula for a plus b the whole square. Now we want to write it in terms of alpha minus beta. What is alpha minus beta the whole square, people? Can anyone tell me alpha minus beta the whole square? That is nothing but alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. Now we require minus 2 alpha beta. So everyone knows that there is an extra 0, right? Instead of that 0, can I write minus 2 alpha beta and plus 2 alpha beta? Okay, I wrote that instead of that 0. So people, remember this, alpha square plus beta square and minus 2 alpha beta, they together became what? Alpha minus beta the whole square. Then what is remaining? Plus 2 alpha beta plus 2 alpha beta. How much is remaining? 4 alpha beta. So that is alpha plus beta the whole square in terms of alpha minus beta the whole square. Okay, everyone keep a note of it. Any doubt in this step, please ask me now. Everyone, tell me, understood this? If not, also tell me directly. A plus b the whole square, I am writing in terms of a minus b. Okay. Yes. Now, do you have the value of alpha plus beta? How much is it? K. K square is equal to, do you have the value of alpha minus beta in the question? How much is it? 4 or 2. Alpha minus beta is how much? 4. That means 4 square minus 4 into, do you have the value of alpha beta? How much is alpha beta, people? 8. Okay, till here everything is fine, people. Anyone is having any doubt, please tell me accordingly. I hope that everyone got this. Now, which is equal to how much? Can anyone tell me? This is how much da? Is it 8 or minus 8? Minus 8 is not coming, right? 8 only, right? Yes. Now tell me how much is it? K square is equal to 16 minus 32, which is equal to how much da? Minus 16. Is it possible? Imaginary, but are we dealing with any imaginary? No, for our exam point of view, imaginary is not there. Okay, imaginary is not there. You can just write it. If you want, you can go and mark 4, but that is not the answer, people. Keep it in your mind. Did we do anything wrong anywhere?
4 square plus 4 into 8.
Oh, then why did I write minus 4 da? Okay, then it's sorted. Fine. Done. Thank you for noticing. Yes. How much is 16 plus 32? 16 plus 32 is 48. That is k square. Then what is the value of k? Can anyone tell me in calculator? K is root of 48. How much is root of 48 in calculator? How will you take it in calculator? Type 48, then click root. How much are you getting? 6.928. Okay. Now looking at the option, which option is giving you the answer? Actually, plus or minus is also there. Yesterday I told you, always whenever k square is there, root will be either plus or minus. Tell me which option? D. Yeah. So how to find option D to check whether it's correct or not? Type 3, then click root, then multiply it with 4. How much are you getting? Are you getting the same answer of 6.928? Yes, option D is your answer. Now, if in your examination, okay, if you get a imaginary answer, okay, that means that question is wrong. Keep it in your mind. There were one attempt, there was an imaginary answer. Okay, because we are not dealing with imaginary numbers. We didn't study that. It is completely out of our syllabus. We don't need to even think about it. We will only think about, till now, the questions based on imaginary was like this. They asked, if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, options were real and rational, real and this and all. Then the last option was not real. They didn't even mention imaginary. They mentioned the word what? Not real. So instead of If it is not real, it will be imaginary, right? So ICAI will always mention what? Not real. They will not mention imaginary also. Keep it in your mind. If imaginary answer comes into your picture, not at all possible for us. Keep it in your mind. That is root of -1 or root of -10 or root of -20 or everything is not possible with respect to our math part. Okay. In correlation and all, what we did, we took the minus outside and we wrote. Do you remember that? In concurrent deviation, in regression analysis and all, if both are negative, we'll write the minus outside. That was the way over there. Here it is not like that. Okay. If so, people, next question is there for you. They are telling there is a quadratic equation with two roots alpha and beta. Okay, they are telling that. Directly informing us there is a quadratic equation with the roots alpha and beta. Then you tell me what is sum of the root alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta is how much now? -7 divided by 1, that is -7. Then beta, alpha beta is how much? Product of the root is how much? 12 divided by 1, which is how much? 12 itself. Now, they are asking, find another quadratic equation whose roots are alpha plus beta the whole square and alpha minus beta the whole square. So, we need to find the new roots. Okay. New roots are what? Given in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta. Now people, this first root is how much? First root is how much? That is nothing but -7 plus 12 the whole square. How much is it? -7 plus 12 the whole square is how much, people? -7 plus 12. That is how much? Sorry, what did I do? God. Alpha plus beta so whole square is how much? Formula is what? Alpha plus beta the whole square is nothing but -7 the whole square, which is equal to how much? 49. So first root is 49. Okay, first root is 49. We need to find the second root. People, how can you find the second root? Alpha minus beta the whole square. How can you write alpha minus beta in terms of alpha plus beta? Alpha minus beta the whole square is nothing but, can I write it like this? Alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta. Why? I'll tell you why. When you expand this, it will become what? Alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. So plus 2 alpha beta and minus 4 alpha beta will become what? Minus 2 alpha beta. So alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta will become what? Alpha minus beta the whole square. Now what is alpha plus beta the whole square? Can anyone tell me? That is alpha plus beta is how much? -7 the whole square minus 4 into alpha beta is how much? 12. So 49 minus 48, which is equal to how much, people? 1. So one root is 49, another root is 1. Okay, roots are 49 and 1. Why did you take it like that? Because it is mentioned in the question. Okay, we are finding a quadratic equation with roots alpha plus beta the whole square and alpha minus beta the whole square. Okay, so why can't it be alpha minus beta the whole square plus alpha minus beta? Why can't the alpha minus beta the square? And I didn't understand. Can you just tell me, Shruti? Can you just define it to me? Because we don't have the value of alpha minus beta, right? First of all, if you have, it's fine. In the question, we don't have. That's why we are writing in terms of this. Okay. Now, tell me sum of the root is how much? Can anyone tell me sum of the roots? 49 plus 1, which is equal to 50. What is the product of the root? 49 into 1, which is equal to how much? 49. So what is the general form of a quadratic equation? X square minus sum into x plus what? Product, which is equal to 0. X square. What is sum over here, people? 50. X plus product is how much over here, people? 49 is equal to 0. Looking at that, which option is your answer, people? Option C. Understood the method? I will just re-narrate everything. So they have given us another quadratic equation, and they said alpha and beta are the roots of that other quadratic equation. From that we are finding sum of the root and product of the root. So alpha plus beta is how much over here, people? Minus 7. Alpha beta is how much over here? 12. So we have alpha plus beta and we have alpha beta. Then they are telling find another quadratic equation with the roots. The roots are what? Alpha plus beta the whole square and alpha minus beta the whole square. So first of all, we need to find the value of the roots. Then only we can find the value of the quadratic equation. So we know alpha plus beta the whole square is nothing but minus 7 the whole square, which is equal to how much? 49. Then people, what is alpha minus beta the whole square? So if you write alpha minus beta the whole square, in general, how will you write it? Alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. But do you have the value of alpha square plus beta square? No. So what you will do? We will write it in terms of alpha plus beta the whole square and alpha beta. So how to write it? It is nothing but what, people? Alpha square plus beta square will become alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So that is substitute over here, and we got the second root is how much? 1. So we have both the roots. Sum of the roots will be how much? 49 plus 1, that is 50. Product of the root is how much? 49 into 1, that is 49. Then people, what is remaining? Nothing is remaining. Go for the general formula. X square minus of sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots. You got the answer. That's how it is done. I hope everyone understood this question. If anyone is having doubt, tell me right now. Clear for everyone? Yes. Kalai, are you getting it? Grace, are you getting anything? Okay. Iniksha, are you getting it? Have you watched the recording? No. Yesterday in between you came for the class, right? Yes. Second session you came. Yeah. Then only we will discuss, right? Are you getting this? Okay. Okay. Next question. Another deja vu from our second standard. What is the formula for perimeter of a rectangle? What is the formula for a rectangle's perimeter? Oh, sure, that teacher did not teach me well. Oh, what is it? Think. What is the... first of all, everyone knows a rectangle. So the rectangle looks like this. Okay. Almost looks like this. Don't say that it is not a perfect rectangle. Almost looks like this. There is a length. There is a breadth. How many lengths are there? 2 lengths and 2 breadths are there. Correct? Now, if you ask me, what is the area? Area of a rectangle. Area is nothing but length into breadth. Correct? You have studied it in school. Length into breadth is area. Then, perimeter is what? What is the basic meaning of perimeter? Perimeter is nothing but how much is the total distance covered by the edges. If you ask me, if a cat, do you remember our cat question? If a cat is running around the perimeter of a rectangle, that means it is going from here, first length is covered, second length is covered, third length is covered, fourth breadth is covered. Okay, that means how much is the total distance covered by that cat? That is nothing but 2 into L plus B. Is it correct, people? 2 length is there, 2 breadth is there. So if you add both, you will get how much now? 2 into L plus B. So if you consider a square, what is the perimeter of a square? All the sides are equal. If first side is A, then all the side is what? A. So a perimeter will become 4 into A. Because when we cover everything, A plus A plus A plus A, 4A. Now here, length is L, breadth is B. 2 lengths are covered, that means 2 into L, plus 2 breadths are covered, 2 into B. That means 2 into L plus B is the formula for perimeter we studied when we were in our second standard. Yes, that was the time we started off with the basic area and all. Okay, now what will we do? What are they asking us? They are asking us to find the length of the rectangle. That is the question they are asking. Okay. First of all, do you have the values of all these things, people? Yes, we have. L into B is how much in the question? Length into breadth is equal to 6000. Then people, 2 into L plus B is how much as per the question is how much? 340. From this, can I say that L plus B is equal to 340 divided by 2. 340 divided by 2 is how much, people? 170. What are they asking us to find? What are they asking us? They are asking us to find the value of the length. Okay, so I will eliminate breadth. B is how much? B is nothing but 170 minus length. So let this be equation number 2. Let this be equation number 1. Substitute equation 2 in equation 1. That means L into, instead of B, we are going to put what? 170 minus L, which is equal to 6000. Now people, from here you option hit and check which option is giving you LHS is equal to RHS. That's giving your answer. Check. RHS is how much over here, people? 6000. So check one L value, that will give you the answer. Check option B. Try option B. Try option B. That means L is equal to how much? 120. That means 120 into 170 minus 120, which is equal to how much? 120 into 50, which is equal to 6000, which is equal to a what? RHS. Which option is the answer, people? Option B is your answer. Direct question. Can option C be the answer? No. 170 minus 170 will become what? 0. Length can't be 0 over here. Then, for 140, can 140 be the answer over here? 140 can. But LHS and RHS are not equal, so 140 is not the answer. Then, can 200 be the answer? No, it will become a negative value. Can length be negative? Never. Length will always be what? Positive. So, 200 and 170 is anyway not possible. Only possible answer is option A and option B. Check any of the answer and go for the option. Okay. Yes. I hope you guys got it. If not, also tell me. Explain equation 1 and 2 how you derived. Okay, I didn't derive anything. What is it? What is given? Area is what? Area is LB. Length into breadth is the area of what? A rectangle. I just put that value which is given in the question. Okay, Soumya, understood that? I just put that value over here. Okay, then perimeter is what? As per the question. Perimeter is nothing but 2 into L plus B. That is the given knowledge of us. Okay, then we put what? 2 into L plus B as per the question is how much? 340. Substitute over there. From that I put what? L plus B is equal to 170. How did I get L plus B is equal to 170? Any idea? Because cancelling 2 on both the sides. So it will become 340 divided by 2 is 170. Then the question is for what? They are asking us the value of length. Okay, they are asking us what? Length they are asking. That's why we are eliminating breadth. If they ask for breadth, we would have eliminated what? Length. That is the basic thing. So we found the value of B. B is nothing but 170 minus L. So equation 2 you are substituting in equation 1. That means instead of B you are going to put what? 170 minus L. So L into 170 minus L is equal to 6000. Now substitute, get the answer. Option hit and get the answer. I hope you understood, Soumya. Is this clear? Understood this? Please confirm. Yes. enna panna pore? What are you going to do? This one everyone should do it. The basic math. We need to find the value of what, people? We need to find the value of this question. What is the given equation? X square minus 10x plus 1 is how much is the question. They gave the x value also. Okay. Now, how to solve this in calculator? We will first find the value of x. Then we will substitute over here. Then you will get the answer no matter what. And don't think that, sir, I will do this option hitting and all. It's not going to work here. Okay. Then second thing is, I will put the exact thing over here. Then I will derive it and take LCM. It will take eternity. Don't do that also. Just to solve this in calculator. Can anyone tell me how you are going to find the value of x in calculator? X value in calculator. First you will find which value? Root. Correct? Denominator you will find. Type 6. Okay, everyone type 6 on your calculator. I will also type along with you. Everyone clear everything. Clear the memory also. Type 6. Then you will click what? Root sign. Everyone click root. Then multiplied with what? 2. Multiplied with 2. Okay. Then click, you got some 4.89 something you are getting. Everyone is getting that. Then what is the sign in front of this student? Minus sign. So you will click the plus or minus sign on your calculator. Everyone's calculator will have a plus or minus sign. Now you got it as minus 898979 something you are getting. Then what is the sign in front of 5? Plus. That means you will add 5. Type plus 5. Everyone plus 5. You got 0.101020 something on your calculator. Now people, that the entire thing is in the denominator. You need to take the reciprocal. How to take the reciprocal? Click divide, then click equal to. Everyone click divide, click equal to. So you got it as how much, the people? 9.8989794849. Likewise something you got on your calculator. Everyone got that? Can I do one thing? Can I take the square of the value? Or we will do one thing now. We need the square of this. Then we require what? 10 into x also is required. Then what else we require? 1 is required. Can anyone tell me how will you do this just using calculator? First, anyway I have this value, correct? X is anyway there in my calculator. So if I multiply it with 10, I will get 10x, right? Everyone take your calculator. So multiply it with 10. Everyone do that. Multiply it with 10. How much you got? 98.98 something you got. Will you click m minus or m plus? M minus. Everyone click m minus. Any doubt until this step, right away tell me. Now people, will you go again and find the value of x squared? X again? No. If I divide with 10, will I get x? Everyone do that. Divide with 10. Again, I will get back what? 9.89, whatever we initially had in the calculator. We are getting it back again. Why are we getting it back again? The reason is we just multiplied with 10. So if I divide with 10, I will get x. Now, how to find x square? Can anyone tell me how to find x square? Into equal to. Everyone do into equal to. Everyone did into equal to. Will you click m plus or m minus? M plus. Everyone do m plus. Okay, everyone did m plus. Anyone did anything else? No. Then 1 is also there. Type 1. Then click what? M plus you can click. Type 1. Click m plus. Then click MRC. How much are you getting? 0.000000000000 means what? Answer is 0. Option C is your answer. Or how to do this? Or else how to do this? You will just approximate the values and you will substitute. Anyway, sometimes 1 can also be the answer if you approximate. Otherwise, the answer is what, people? 0 is the answer. Okay, got the point? Understood? Yes. But actually, in the one of the previous year question, the same question was a previous year question. That time the answer key was 1. Because if you were in your school level, right, you will approximate it like 9.8979 something is there, right? You will approximate it into 10. So it will become 10 square minus 10 into 10 plus 1. That means 100 minus 100 will become 0. Then 1 will remain. The ICAI answer key that time was 1. But the answer is what? nearest answer. Even if you mark 1 also you will get, because in your school time you are learning it in that manner. That is the reason. Okay, fine. Answer is what? 0. 0 is the answer. Exact answer is approximately 0. I hope everyone understood the math part. See what all wonders are we doing with calculator. Saving time. If you think in this manner, right? Whatever may be the question, you will always think in, I do this means I divide by this and I can do the x square value and all. Okay. Did we write anything? Not at all. Next question, people. Can we go for the next question? Can I take you to a shortcut? What to do here? Enna panna poren? If you studied in school, you would have studied it in a different manner. I'll tell you the manner which you have studied in school. I will tell you explain that manner first. So sometimes that will be useful in certain questions. People, first we will take root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc etc etc. We will take it as what? X. Everyone do that? You will assume what? Root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus whatever thing is given in the question, you will assume it as what, people? You will assume it as what? X. Everyone will assume it as X. Now I will ask you a question. This is what? What did we assume as? It is going till infinity. Okay, keep it in your mind. Root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc etc is going till what? Infinity is what? X. Then my next question to you. This is what then? That is also X only, right? If you ask me, if the entire thing is X, then the second thing also should be X. So people, can I say that root of 6 plus X is equal to X? Oh, good part, good part. Again, I will repeat it. Listen carefully. What did I assume this to be? I assume this entire thing is to be X. Okay, root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc 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 till infinity is going is assumed to be what? X. Now, if I zoom in, this thing inside the root is also called as what? The X only, because that is also going till infinity. Root of 6 plus root of 6 plus root of 6 plus etc etc etc, it is going till infinity. So we will assume that root of 6 plus X is equal to X. Square both sides. It will become 6 plus X is equal to X square. From this I will write X square minus X minus 6 is equal to 0. Now you can solve the value of X and get me the answer of X. That is the direct way of getting it. Get me the value of X. How to find the value of X? The root is what? Minus B plus or minus root of B square minus 4AC, the entire thing divided by 2A, which is equal to how much, people? Minus B is plus 6 plus or minus root of B square, that is 1, minus 4AC, that will become plus 4 into 6. 4 into 6 will become 24 divided by 2. How much is it done? 6 plus or minus 5 divided by 2. Correct? 6 plus or minus 5 divided by 2. Root 25 is how much, people? 5. Now, 6 plus 5 is how much? Did I do anything wrong somewhere? Oh, I did something wrong. What is this? B value is how much? 1. Not 6. It is 1. Plus 1. How much is it? 1 plus 5 is how much? 1 plus 5. Alpha value will be how much, people? 1 plus 5 by 2. Beta value will be how much, people? 1 minus 5 by 2. That means 1 plus 5 is how much? 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 by 2 is how much? 3. Beta value is how much? 1 minus 5 by 2, which is equal to how much? Minus 4 by 2, that is minus 2. Since, people, remember this, since it is inside the root, okay, everything is inside the root, we will ignore the negative sign. Okay, we will only take the positive value. What is the answer? 3 is the answer. This is the normal approach. And in exam, we will not use the normal approach. We will use a shortcut approach. First, I will explain shortcut approach. Then I will take you to this approach. Shortcut approach is very easy. People, what is the product of 6? 6 can be written as product of 2 consecutive terms. Which are the 2 consecutive terms? Can I write it as 3 into 2? Okay. So whenever the question is like it is a product of 2 consecutive terms, the bigger value will be your answer. Answer is what? 6. No need to do all the steps. directly you can go for the answer. Now I will give you one more tip so that if they twist the question a little bit, you will not go wrong. Root of 6 minus root of 6 minus root of 6 minus etc etc. If they are giving it like this, okay, you will do it what? 6 is what? Product of 3 and 2. Correct? Now, since the value is minus, you will go for smaller number. What is the smaller number? 2 is the smaller number. Which option is giving you the answer then? 2 will be your answer. Are you getting my point? So, understood? Whenever it is like a product of two consecutive number, if the plus sign is there in front, the bigger value is your answer. If minus sign is there in your front, what is your answer? Minus value is there in your front. Which will be your answer? Smaller value will be your answer. Tell me for this question. Yes, Srimati, can you tell me how your option hit? How to tell me the answer? Please tell me the answer for this question. 30 can be written as what? Product of what and what? 6 and 5. So the bigger value is your answer. Option C is your answer. Understood, people? Very easy question. Very easy answer. This is the approach. I hope everyone understood this. Will you go for this method? We will go for this method whenever it is not a product of consecutive terms. Okay, we find x square minus... Okay, fine. So we will go from that, you are telling, huh? Okay, fine. So, if the question is given like this, we can always do this way. That means root of 6, root of 6, root of 6. That means whenever it is given like product of two consecutive terms, we can do this way. What if it is not consecutive? We will use this method and go for the answer. I will show you one question. Okay. With respect to that, somewhere one question will be there. Can anyone tell me this answer? Jan 26 question only. Fisher's ideal index number is defined as the dash of geometric mean. Good. Can you calculate this? Possible, right? Coefficient of quartile. Mean and median is given. Mode. Memo is equal to how many mimi? 3 mimi. Yes. Very good question paper it was. Yeah. Regression coefficients are given. Can you find correlation coefficient? Yes, root of bxy into bx. Sad. Regression variables are given. You need to find the mean. How to do that? Substitute over there. You will get the answer. Very good question paper. The same question paper we did in class also. The same type of questions. Yeah. People, look at this question. When it is not a product of consecutive term. Consecutive term means, for example, 2, 3 are consecutive. 4, 5 are consecutive. Consecutive years means 2025, 2026. That means there is no gap in between them. Just one gap is there in between. That is called as the consecutive terms. Okay. Now, is it consecutive over here? 5? No. When it is not consecutive, what will you do? When it is not consecutive, what will you do? You will put root of 5 plus x is equal to what, people? X. Then you will square it, people. Everyone square. It will become 5 plus x is equal to what, people? X square. Now, x square minus x minus 5 is equal to 0. Now you find the value of x or the roots of x. What is the root of x now? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac, the entire thing divided by 2a. Now, looking at the option, we are only going with what? Minus value or plus value. We will always go with plus value. We will ignore negative. Why? Because it is inside the root. So you can ignore the negative sign and find the value. That is minus of minus 1 will become what? The plus 1. Plus root of 1 square is how much? 1. Minus 4 into how much? The 4 into minus 5 divided by how much? 2 into 1. So 4 into minus 5 will become what? The minus 20. Minus 20 into minus will become plus 20. So answer is how much, people? 1 plus root 21 divided by 2. Which option is the answer, people? Option B is the answer. Either you can use this method or you can substitute this option and check which option is satisfying the equation. That way also you can check Completely up to you. So you understood both? Both the scenarios you understood, right? Well and good, people. This one, can anyone find? Get me the answer for this. This is a linear equation in two variables. Yes. How to go about it? We need to find the value of 7x plus 5y. Okay. Accordingly, do it for me. First of all, first equation is what? 2x plus 3y is equal to how much? 34. That is given. Then, second equation cross multiply. Can I write it as 8x plus, what is it? 8y, which is equal to how much? Is just equal to 13y. Okay, 8x plus 8y is equal to 13y. From this, can I write it as 8x is equal to 5y? So it is goes 8y goes to the other side. It will become what? 13y minus 8y will be equal to how much? 5y. Till here everything is fine. Then what you will do? Can anyone tell me? So how 6 comma 30 is consecutive number but not 5? Now 5 is what? Can I write 5 is the product of 1 and 5? 1 and 5 are they consecutive term? No, they are not consecutive term. Okay. For example, 4. How can you write 4 in terms of consecutive term? Can I write 4 as consecutive term? No. 4 is nothing but 2 into 2. That is not consecutive. Now 6. 6 I can write. What is it? 2 into 3. 7 can you write? No. 8 can you write? No. 9 can you write? No. 10 can you write? No. 12 can you write? How? 3 into 4. Consecutive terms ka product. Understood, Soumya? Got the meaning of that? Then 15 can you write? No. 3 into 5 is not consecutive. Now 20 can you write? Yes. 4 into 5. That is called as consecutive. Now, how to solve this question, people? We need to find the value of 7x plus 5y. Can anyone get me the answer? Now we know one thing, 5y is nothing but what? 8x. 5y is what? 8x. So I will do one thing. 7x plus 8x is the question. We need to find the value of 15x. Can you get me the value of 15x? So you will substitute things over there. Then from there you will put the value of x over here and get the value of 15x. Okay, that is the method for solving such a question. Whatever may be the question, just start writing. At the end of the day, you will get the question. Look here. The person whoever wrote, they started doing many things. Some more things they started doing. That much is required for this? No. It is not required to do these many things for a question. Just from here itself, we cross multiplied and we got what? 8x is equal to 5y. From that, I understood that 7x plus 8x is nothing but 15x. I just require the value of x so that accordingly I will get the value of y. Now people, how will you write the value of x? Instead of y, I will write what? 8x by 5 and substitute over here and I will get the value of x. I will substitute in this question and I will get the final answer. That is the approach. Keep it in your mind. Understood? Pravalika understood the approach? That is the type of question. Now, next question. Inequality 2 questions were there. We'll go back. Can anyone find me the answer for this? 2 plus 1 divided by 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 etc 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 etc. It is going. Now, what is the first step? We will assume that this entire thing is equal to what? This entire thing is equal to x. If this entire thing is equal to x, everyone have a proper look at the question. Everyone had a proper look? Yes. Now I am going to zoom in. This entire thing is equal to x. Then this is what? That is also x. So can I say 2 plus 1 by x is equal to what, people? X. Now take the LCM over here. It will become what, people? It will become 2x plus 1 divided by x is equal to what? X. Cross multiply basically. Now cross multiply 2x plus 1 is equal to x into x will become what? X square. So x square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Solve me the equation. So what is the formula for the solution of quadratic equation? minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac, the entire thing divided by 2a. Now people, my first question to everyone, how much is the value of b over here? Minus 2. So it will become plus 2 plus or minus root of b square is how much now? Minus 2, the whole square is how much? 4. Minus 4 into a is how much? 1. Minus c is how much? Minus 1. So into minus 1, the entire thing divided by 2 into 1, which is equal to what? 2 plus or minus root of 4 plus 4 will become what, people? Minus 4 into minus 1 will become plus 4. So 4 plus 4 will become 8 divided by 2. So answer is 2 plus or minus 8 divided by 2. Now people, can I write root 8 like this? Root 8 is nothing but root of, can I write it as 2 into 2 into 2? This is nothing but 2 square into 2. So that means 2 square will come outside the root. It will be right 2 root 2. Everyone write that way, which is 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 divided by 2. Cancel 2 in all the term. What will remain? 1 plus or minus root 2 is your answer. Which option is your answer, people? 1 plus or minus root 2 is your answer. Which option should be the answer? We will go for option A. Why? Because we are not going for a negative number, so we can go for option A. Even if you mark option D also, it is correct. But basically, since we don't want a negative number into the picture, we will put what? We will put the value as option A itself. Keep it in your mind. Okay. I hope you understood all the basic questions. These are the basic questions. Okay. If you ask me, so these are the basic questions. Yes, if you ask me, once you know this approach, you will never forget. You will think about, if I zoom in, what happens? You will think like 1, 2 plus 1 by x. Whatever may be the question, you will be just going and solving the value of x and you will get the answer. Okay. Now, 3 more questions from quadratic equation. Then we can go for our cubic equation. Cubic equation is the easiest, but we will finish it and go for it. Everyone, are you ready for the final 3 questions? 3 or 4 questions, I guess. 4 questions are there. Can anyone try and tell me? I will give you 1 minute. You can try, then I will do it along. Right angle triangle. What is the importance of right angle triangle? Hypotenuse square is equal to square of the, sum of the squares of the other 2 sides. That means Pythagoras theorem will be applicable where? In right angle triangle. Keep it in your mind. What do you mean by equilateral triangle? All the sides are equal. Keep that also in your mind. Accordingly, please go about it. The timer starts now. Please start. Anyone raise? Not at all getting right? Yes. You can understand that. Yes. How was the program and all? At home? என்ன சாப்பிட்டாச்சு? Biryani? Chicken, mutton? Which one? Chicken. Can I try, everyone? Let's try together. The sides of an equilateral triangle is shortened by 12 units, 13 units, 14 units. So first of all, everyone should know an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle is nothing but what? All the sides are equal. Somewhere yesterday you remember I told you equilateral triangle means all the sides are equal. For example, one side is A. Other side will also be what? A. And the other side will also be what? A. That is given. Now I will ask you a question now. There is 100 meter is the distance. I am reducing 12 meter. How much is the new distance? 88. Or 100 minus 12 is 88. Then 100 minus 13 is how much? 87. 100 minus 14 is how much? 86. So can you tell me which is the highest distance? Which whenever I reduce 12 meter is the highest distance or the longest distance. Which whenever I reduce the bigger value, that will become a shorter distance. So can I say they are telling that when the sides are shortened by 12 units, 13 units, 14 units respectively, our equilateral triangle transform into what? Into one right angled triangle. Right angled triangle means what? Their hypotenuse. No. Okay, this is a right angle triangle. So can anyone tell me what is the value of hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest value. Longest value is how much? A minus 12. Why A minus 12? Because initially the side was A. Okay, initially the side was A. So from the A I am reducing 12. I am getting the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle. Then the other two sides you can write anyway. It is fine. A minus 13. A minus 40. Now we studied something in geometry long back, Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? Pythagoras theorem is nothing but hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Okay, for example, first side square plus second side square, or I will write height square plus base square. Okay, that is something we studied in our school. Now hypotenuse is what? The longest side of a right angle triangle. So which is the longest side of a right angle triangle? A minus 12 the whole square. What is the first side? I will write it as A minus 14 the whole square. What is the second side? A minus 13 the whole square. From here we need to find the side of the equilateral triangle. That means we need to find the value of A. What are you going to do here? Option hit and check which option is giving you LHS and RHS are equal. Take your calculator everyone. Start off. Everyone try. Everyone please. Option hit. Whichever give LHS and RHS equal, that's your answer. We are not going to solve anything. At the end of the day, solving a question like this, when LHS and RHS are having both the values, we'll never do that. We'll only go for option. Because if we go the normal method, there is high chance of we will make a mistake of plus or minus and all. Okay. Yes. Option A itself. Okay. We will check. LHS is how much, people, here? LHS is nothing but A minus 12 the whole square. That means I am trying option. Which option? The option A I am trying. Okay. That means 17 minus 12 the whole square is how much, people? Which is equal to 5 square, which is 25. Everyone got it as 25? Then RHS is how much? RHS is nothing but A minus 14 the whole square plus A minus 13 the whole square. That is nothing but 17 minus 14 the whole square plus 17 minus 13 the whole square, which is equal to what, people? 3 square plus how much? 3 square plus 4 square, which is equal to how much? 9 plus 16, which is equal to 25. So LHS is equal to RHS where? In option number A. Which option is your answer, people? Option A is your answer, and it's a direct question and a very easy answer. I hope that everyone understood the method. Whatever they ask, this is the approach for triangle based question. Okay. If right angle, whenever in the future also, if you see a right angle triangle, keep it in your mind. You should use Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Actually, we had used it in some other chapter, but that time I didn't interfere this Pythagoras over there. What was that chapter? Direction test. When we find the shortest distance, I told you, Actually, that is Pythagoras, but we did not use Pythagoras. We use what? We just used the formula of whatever value is there. We took the square of 8 square plus 9 square. Then we took the value of the root. Okay. Now, very good question for everyone. Before going to the question, I want to ask a small doubt to all the people. Okay. A circle is there. Okay. Let the circle's area be, let it be equal to 120 meter square. Area of the circle is 120 meter square. Okay. Then what I am going to do is I want to cut off a small part from the circle. I am cutting off a small part from the circle. And they are telling that the small part of the circle area is nothing but 80 meter square. Okay, what is it? 80 meter square, or I will write it with another color, 80 meter square. So total area is how much now? 120 meter square. Then whatever part I cut off is how much? 80 meter square. Now the question is like this. Find me the area of the pink color. Find me the area of the pink color. So people, can I say that the pink area is nothing but total area minus blue color area, correct? Blue area, that will give me the answer. Total area is how much? 120 minus blue area is how much? 80, which is equal to how much? 40 meter square is the area of the pink part. That logic is clear for all the people. Now I will ask you in another manner. There is another rectangle. Okay, a rectangle is there. Then one person is coming and telling that, okay, I am going to cut off part of black color. Now, can you tell me the remaining green color part ka area? Can anyone tell me area of the remaining green color part? That is nothing but total area is the blue color area. Blue area minus blue area minus what? The black area will give you what? Which is equal to green area. Everyone knows that idea, right? Everyone knows that idea. For example, in this classroom, this entire classroom is there. I'm going to tell this floor area is nothing like 1000 square feet. Okay. One person is telling that, okay, I want a piece of this square feet. And he cut around 20 square feet. What is the remaining area? We should say that whatever is the total area minus whatever he cut off and he went off, that area we should reduce. You will get the remaining area. Keep it in your mind and go for the second last question from this chapter, from this topic. Everyone read it properly and accordingly do it for. Okay. Timer starts now. It's a very good question. You can take 2 minutes. We have our time. Okay. Take your time. Take 2 minutes. Accordingly read it. Is it visible for everyone? Try. Twelve. Let's see. We'll check. Check again. Yes. Can I try? What is given? Area of a garden is 8,000 square meters. That is given. Okay, that is given in the question. 8,000 square meters is the area of a garden. Square garden. Correct? No, rectangular garden is given. A rectangular garden is there. I'll just draw the garden over here. Everyone. This is the garden given in the question. 8,000 square meter is the meter square. Square meter means what? Meter square. Square meter is the area. Why square meter? Because area's unit is what? Meter square. Centimeter square. Everything is area unit. Then ratio of length and breadth is 5:4. So can I say that length is equal to, length of this is equal to 5x and breadth is equal to how much? Can I say that 4x? So ratio is given as 5x, 5:4. So I am telling that multiplying with a constant factor, I am telling length is equal to 5x, breadth is equal to how much now? 4x. As per the question I wrote that also. Everything is done till now. Can we read the next line and go for the next one? A path of uniform width runs all around the inside of the garden. What do you mean by that? A path of uniform width. What do you mean by uniform width? For example, a smaller path is there inside this garden. Okay. And the width throughout is same. So accordingly, I will draw it so that you at least get a picture of it. Okay. So there is a path. So the path is blue in color. Sorry, green in color. So there is a path inside here. Okay. This is the path. Whichever I am drawing in the green color is the path of uniform width. What do you mean by uniform width? Throughout the entire thing, the width of that particular thing will be constant. For example, I am writing, let the width be equal to C. Okay. Here also let it be equal to C. Here also it will be equal to how much? C. Here also it will be how much? C. Length or the width of that particular path is how much? C. That is given throughout the question. That is also given. Okay. Now what is given, people? If the path occupies 3,200 meters square, that means whichever that path is which in color? Green in color. The area of that path is how much? 3,200 meters square. What is the width of the path is the question. We need to find the value of what? C. Now one thing I will ask you, people. Now I told you length, let it be 5x. So I can also write it as L and B, right? Usually for rectangle we will use the word L and B. So the bigger rectangle ka length is how much? I will write it like this. Bigger rectangle length is L. If you want that pink color itself, I'll draw using pink color itself. So that no doubts in that. Length is this much. Then breadth is how much, people? Can anyone tell me the breadth of the rectangle? That will also be called as B. B is how much as per the question? It is 4x. Okay. Everything is done. Now, what all things are given in the question? The path occupies 3,200 meters square. Now, if you ask me, if this pink color was the path, what did I do over here? Total bigger circle area minus smaller circle area. Here what happened? Bigger rectangle area minus smaller rectangle area gave me that remaining area or the path area. So can you tell me what is the area of the path? Area of path. Make a note of it, people. area of path is equal to bigger rectangle minus what? Smaller rectangle, or the rectangle which is mentioned in black color. Okay. Everyone is fine till here. Anyone has doubt over this? Now what is told in the question? What is the area of the path given in the question? Area of the path is given to be how much? 3200 is the area of the path as per the question. Now, can anyone tell me what is the area of the bigger rectangle? Bigger rectangle area is how much? Also given in the question. That is how much? 8000 minus smaller rectangle area. We don't know the smaller rectangle area. Okay. Now, people, I'll do one thing. Smaller rectangle area is how much then? Smaller rectangle, rearrange. Smaller rectangle is equal to 8000 minus 3200, which is equal to how much, people? 4800 is the smaller rectangle area. Till here everything is fine now. Anyone has any doubt till here, please ask me now. Everyone understood? Please code it off. Yes, fine, well and good. Now, what else are they asking in the question? They are asking us the width of the path. That is the question they are asking. They are asking us the width of the path. Now, everyone, what is the formula for area of a rectangle? Area is nothing but L into B. So I am writing that over here. Area is equal to length into breadth. Now, we know that area of the bigger rectangle is given in the question. That is how much? 8000, which is equal to length is how much as per our answer? 5x. Breadth is how much as per our answer? 4x. That means 4x into 5x will give you how much? 20x square is equal to 8000. Can you find me the value of x? Everyone, only the positive value. How much is x? Can you tell me the value of x? It will become how much? 8000 divided by 20. Then you will click equal to. Then you will click root. How much is the value of x? Everyone, can you tell me the value of x? Which is equal to how much, Lipika? 20 is the value of x. So we got the value of x. Everyone got the value of x. Now, if the value of x is 20, then what is the length? Length is equal to 5 into 20, which is equal to 100. Then breadth is equal to how much? Breadth is equal to how much dot? 4 into 20, which is equal to how much? 80. So we have the length, we have the breadth of the bigger rectangle. Now, can anyone tell me the length of the smaller rectangle? Length of the smaller rectangle. So people, this is the total length of the bigger rectangle. Smaller rectangle length is this much. Can anyone tell me the length of the smaller rectangle? Can I say length of the smaller rectangle is nothing but L minus this C minus this C. So can I say that length of the smaller rectangle is nothing but L minus 2C? Is that correct? Tell me right now. Length of the smaller rectangle is nothing but length of the bigger rectangle minus C from here and minus C from here. If I reduce that C and C, this C and this C, if I reduce, I will get what? Length of the smaller rectangle. So length of the smaller rectangle is nothing but, so I will write over there, length of smaller rectangle. Smaller rectangle is equal to L minus 2C, or I will write it as what, people? 100 minus 2C. Then can anyone tell me the breadth of the smaller rectangle? Breadth of smaller rectangle. Can anyone tell me breadth of smaller rectangle? Can I say that it is B minus 2C? Look here. Same approach. This entire thing is what? This entire thing is B. From that I am reducing C. From that I am reducing C. So it will be what? B minus 2C will be the breadth of the smaller rectangle. So it will be what? 80 minus 2C. Done, people. If you ask me, it is done. Answer is completed. Do you know the area of the smaller rectangle? Yes. Area, we got it, the area already. Area of smaller rectangle is equal to 4800. Or I will write it as what? L minus or length into breadth of the smaller rectangle is equal to 4800. Length is how much, da? That is 100 minus 2c. Breadth is how much, da? 80 minus 2c, which is equal to how much as per the question? That is 4800. Now you option hit and get me the answer. Which option is giving you the answer? Get me the answer. Try option C. Try option C. That means RHS we already have. RHS is how much? 4800. Then LHS is how much over here? LHS is nothing but 100 minus 2 into 10. 2 into 10 is how much? That 20 into 80 minus 20. How much is it, people? 80 into 60, which is equal to 4800, which is equal to our RHS. Very good question, people. Nowadays, you can't expect a question like this, but still they can ask. This was asked long back. I think 2018 or 19, somewhere they asked this question. So nowadays also, chances of asking this type of question is less, but still they can ask, right? Who can question them? No one can question. Now, what all things we did over here, people? In the question, what is given? Bigger rectangle area is given. That is already there. Then, ratio of length into breadth is also given. That is 5:4. Now, one more thing we know, that area of the path is also given. That is how much? 3200. From there, we are finding the smaller rectangle area. Area of the smaller rectangle that we are finding. How much is it? 4800. Till there, everything is fine. Then, people, we need to find the smaller width C. Correct? Now, we found the length, the ratio of the length and breadth of the bigger rectangle are given. 5:4. So, length will be how much? 5x. Breadth will be how much? 4x. Okay. Then, area is how much? We know that it is length into breadth. So, that 8000 is equal to what, people? 5x into 4x. From that, 20x square is equal to 8000. X is equal to how much, people? 20. Okay. Now, the length will become 100. Breadth will become how much? 8. Now, how much is the length of the smaller rectangle? Bigger rectangle length minus small width we will reduce. We will get how much? 100 minus 2c. Breadth will be how much? 80 minus 2c. We have both. Then area is nothing but length into breadth. 100 minus 2c into 80 minus 2c, which is equal to 4800. Now we are going to option hit and we will check which option is giving you the answer. So which option gave you the answer, people? Shruti, you got the answer, option C. Rest of you, everyone got the answer. Sugrita, you understood this? X value, correct. Now, the ratio of length and breadth is given to be 5:4. We don't know whether a constant term is there or not. That's why we are writing length is 5x and the breadth is 4x. We are just assuming that. Okay, we are taking like 4x and 5x because we don't know whether a constant value was there and we have cancelled it off. So we are taking it like 4x and 5x. Okay, from there we are going for the area. Area is how much? Area is nothing but 5x into 4x. Okay, got it? Pakka? Yes. Niniksha, you got it? Are you not getting at all because of the... Okay. Now, after this question, we are going for cubic equation. So, what will you do today? You'll go home, finish chapter 2. Whichever class you missed, finish it today itself. Okay. Otherwise, you will not find any difficulty in the future. But with respect to this chapter, you will find difficult. Okay. There is high chance of 4 or 5 questions maybe. Because first 3 chapters together will give you how much? 12 marks. So, sometimes they will ask 5 questions and all. And I am telling you, questions are easy. At the end of the day, what is happening? The approach is required. Once you study only, you will get the approach. Okay, finish it today. Grace, you also finish it today. Everyone, whoever missed the class, finish the recordings and try to finish the recording and come. At least watch the basics. Not the entire thing also. At least watch the basics and come for the class. If someone missed the class, tell them also today's class. Ask them to watch the basic and come for tomorrow's class, because today we will be starting a new chapter, right? Every day it's not possible to start a new chapter. That is not possible. Like finish every one day one chapter, it's not possible for certain chapters. Today we will be starting another chapter. We'll be going with which chapter? We will be going with chapter number 6. Yeah, the basics is required. Sequence and series. APGP. You would have studied in school. 10th standard it was there, right? AP and GP. We will be studying that today. Then tomorrow only we will be finishing that. So whoever missed today's class, they will have first half difficulty in that. Then tomorrow we will be starting with, mostly I will start off with one small part of a chapter, so that I will not finish everything tomorrow, so that they can continue from the next day. Likewise, I'll keep it. Okay. Now tomorrow we will be discussing number series. So number series, once AP and GP are done, you can go with number series. The final question, people, is over here. This one you should try. Okay. Very easy question. You can try. Try to read it just like the age problem. Okay, do it as a homework. If you are not getting the answer, tell me. Okay, 47th question. Do it as a homework. If you are not getting, please tell me. This question, now you try. Find the condition that one root is double the other of ax square plus bx plus c. What do you mean by one root is double the other? One root is double the other means if alpha is the first root, beta will be equal to how much? 2 alpha. That is the meaning of double the root. Now, people, what is the product of the root? Product is how much? Alpha into beta. So, can I say that it is alpha into alpha? Sorry, 2 alpha into 2 alpha. So, which will be equal to how much now? 2 alpha square. But according to our question, how will you write product of the root? Product of the root is nothing but c divided by a. Everyone got it as c divided by a. From here you can try. I will tell you the answer in few minutes. Try. Timer starts now. Using your basic knowledge of sum of the root, basic knowledge of product of the root, substitute things, you will get the answer. Try. So product of the root is 2 alpha square is equal to c by a. Okay. So it can be written as 2 into alpha square is equal to c divided by a. This is not alpha, this is 2. This is not alpha, this is 2. This is not alpha, this is 2. Okay. Don't read it like alpha. Okay. 2 into alpha. Can anyone tell me sum? Sum of the root is how much? Sum is nothing but what? The alpha plus beta. That will become what? Alpha plus 2 alpha is equal to minus b by a. From this, 3 alpha is equal to how much? The minus b divided by a. Okay. We are almost there at the answer. Almost near the answer. Now, alpha is how much, everyone? Can I write it as minus b divided by how much? The 3a. Now you will substitute over here. Which option? You will substitute over here. It will become 2 into minus b divided by 3a the whole square is equal to c divided by a. Okay. Now 2 into minus b the whole square is how much? B square. Divided by 3 square is how much? 9. A square is how much? A square itself, which is equal to c divided by a. Now people cross multiply and get me the answer. Now a and one of the a got cancelled. So 2b square is equal to how much? 9ac. Which option is giving you that? 2b square is equal to 9ac. Which option is giving you that? Option C is giving you that. What we did? We just did sum of the root. We just did product of the root. Two things we did, then it is completed. Okay. Yes. Keep a note of it. Any doubt also, please tell. Ayush, you got the answer for this? So mathematically it's correct, but yes. How 3 alpha came? Alpha plus 2 alpha will become how much? So sum of the root is nothing but what? Alpha plus beta. So instead of beta, you will write what? 2 alpha. So alpha plus 2 alpha will give you how much? 3 alpha. Okay, Soumya, got it? Certain time, since for example, one root is 2, another root is 4. It is possible, right? They are telling one root is 4, another root is 8. That means one root can be double of the other. It can be possible. It is a possible case. Okay. So it is possible. Now everyone listen. Okay, the final part. Now everyone, Grace, Niniksha, we are done with quadratic. We are starting with a new one. Okay, come back, come back. Kalei, are you there? Yes. Everyone start off with this. Cubic equation. People, cubic equation means highest power of x is how much? 3. In linear equation, highest power of x is how much? 1. In quadratic equation, highest power of x is how much? 2. In cubic equation, highest power of x is how much? 3. Keep all these things in your mind. It is very important. Cubic equation means highest power is how much? 3. Now, this is the general way of writing a cubic equation. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Here, who is the constant term? D is the constant term. Here, who is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x means whoever is standing with x. For example, who is the coefficient of our pink girl? Yes. Who is the coefficient of our pink girl? Red boy. Whoever is standing with pink girl is our coefficient. Keep it in your mind. So, who is the coefficient of x over here? C. Who is the coefficient of x square? B. Who is the coefficient of x cube? That is A. Keep a note of all the things. Now, what do you mean by roots? Yesterday I told you. What do you mean by roots? Whichever is the solution of x. How many roots will be there for a cubic equation? 3 roots. Why? Because the power of x is how much? 3. So there are 3 roots in a cubic equation. In quadratic equation, how many roots were there? 2. Why? Because the power is 2. So 2 possible values of x were there. In linear equation, how many roots are there? Only 1 root is there. Now, in cubic, 3 roots are there. Correct. Now, how many zeros are there then? 3. Zeros and root are same. Zeros means what? If I substitute the root over here, I should get a 0. So, whichever value will make the quadratic equation LHS and RHS equal to 0, that is called as what? Root. That is called as what? Solution. That is called as what? Zeros. Keep it in your mind. Now, the first one, sum of the root. For example, alpha, beta and gamma are the roots. They are telling alpha, beta and gamma are the roots. Then sum of the roots means what? Alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is nothing but you will write it as minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. That's how it became what? Minus b divided by a. Make a note of it, people. Sum of the root is nothing but minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. Very important. Very, very important. Without this, you will not be able to solve any questions from cubic equation. And I am telling you that one question will be there. Pakka. Okay. Yes. Based on cubic equation. 1 mark question will be there. Why 1 mark question? Because there is only 1 mark question. There is 2 mark question? No. 3 mark question? No. Only 1 mark questions are there. So, pakka 1 mark question will be there because recent years they never asked a question based on this. So, high chance is there for you. Then, product of the root. Product of the root is nothing but minus constant term. In our quadratic equation, there was a minus sign? No. Here it is a minus sign. Minus constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Sorry, x. What? X cube. Okay. Keep a note of it. Without this, we will not be able to solve any question. Keep it in your mind. So, sum of the root is nothing but coefficient of minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. Then product of the root is nothing but minus constant term divided by coefficient of x cube. Now I will tell you the approach for the exam. I will show you all the previous year question based on this chapter, cubic equation. So they will ask find the roots of the equation. Okay, then the roots will be given in the option. They will ask the roots of the cubic equation. Roots will be given in the option. They will ask roots of the cubic equation. Roots will be given in the option. They will ask roots. They will ask roots. Everything, every time they will ask the roots, and the roots will be given in the option. I will tell you the easiest way to solve it. Okay. First, look at the quadratic equation. Can anyone tell me the sum of the root? Sum of the root is what the formula? Minus of coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of what? X cube, which is equal to how much? Minus of coefficient of x square is how much now over here? Minus 6. So minus of minus 6 will be there. Minus of minus 6 divided by coefficient of x cube is how much over here, people? 1. Which is equal to how much? Minus of minus 6 is how much? 6. Then product is how much? What was the formula I told for product? Product is nothing but minus of constant term divided by coefficient of x cube, which is nothing but minus of minus 6 divided by 1, which is equal to how much? 6. People, that means sum of the root should be 6, product of the root should be 6. Look at the first option. Sum is how much? Option hit. Option hit. First option. Option A. Sum is how much? The sum is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is equal to how much? 6. That is satisfied. Now check the product. Product is equal to how much? The 1 into 2 into 3, which is equal to how much? 6. Both are satisfied. So which option is the answer? Option A is the answer. I hope that you understood the method. Everyone got it? Pakka? Everyone understood the method? So find sum of the root, find product of the root, option hit. Very easy. And I am telling you, this was a traumatic question from your 7th standard, 8th standard and 9th standard. Entire page of proof was there based on this. A complete page of proof. It was there. So that was a 10 mark question or a 7 mark question during that time. Now it's not a that big and all. If you get a question, you are happy. You are getting that 1 mark out of it. Until and unless you make a small error. Don't make that error also. Use calculator. Then you will not make that error. Okay. Understood, people? Tell me. Clear? Pakka? If so. Oh, this is not the question. The find the value. No, that is not the question. Find the roots is the question. Find the roots. Next question. Okay. Get me the answer. Same question, right? Same question. Answer is how much? 1, 2, 3. Look at this question, everyone. Instead of x, who is sitting here? Y. Can anyone tell me sum of the root? Sum is nothing but minus coefficient of power of 2 is what? The coefficient of y square divided by coefficient of y cube. Who is the coefficient of y square over here? Plus 1. That means minus of plus 1 is minus 1. Divided by coefficient of y cube is how much? 1. That means minus 1 is the sum. Can anyone tell me product? Product is minus of constant term divided by coefficient of x cube, which is equal to how much? Minus of minus 1 divided by 1, which is equal to how much, people? 1. Now option hit. Everyone start option hitting and get me the answer. Everyone option hit. Which option? Is it option B? Is it option C? Is it option A? Option B, some people are telling we will try option B. Try option B. Okay. Trying option B, it is like sum of the roots are how much? Minus 1 plus 1, which is equal to how much? Minus 1. Minus 1 and 1 of the plus 1 got cancelled. Minus 1 is remaining. Now product is remaining, right? Product is how much? Minus 1 into how much? 1, which is equal to how much? 1. Both are satisfied. That means which option is our answer? Option B is our answer. I hope that each and every one of you understood the method and the approach. If so, everyone, very good question. Many people will make a mistake over here. Do you know what mistake everyone will make? Because coefficient of x square is not there. Don't take 7 and go about it. Okay, that will give you a wrong answer. Coefficient of x square is how much over here? 0. That's why x square is not there. Look here people, actually if you ask me, x square is also there, but that is what? 0 into x square. 0 into x square is what? 0. Okay, so coefficient of x square over here is 0. Keep it in your mind. Please do it accordingly. Option D, C. Okay, we will check. Correct answer? Correct. Sum is how much? Minus of coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of what people? X cube. Minus of coefficient of x square is how much over here? 0. Keep it in your mind. How much is it people? 0. Divided by coefficient of x cube is whatever may be the value. It will become what? 0. Sum is equal to 0. Everyone understood how the sum became 0? Because coefficient of x square is not present over there. It is what? 0. Then correct answer. Product is how much? Product is equal to minus of constant term divided by coefficient of what? X cube. Constant term is how much? 6. So it will become minus 6 divided by 1 is minus 6. Now option hit. Which option? Option C. Many people are telling option C. We are trying with option C. Sum using option C is what? 1 plus 2 minus 3. That is equal to what? 0. That is correct. Then product using option C is how much? The 1 into 2 into minus 3, which is equal to how much? Minus 6. That is also correct. Which option is the answer? Option C is the answer. So that's how they will ask the question. And the final question from this particular chapter is right in front of you. Everyone try pannunga. C or B? C and B. Okay, two things are there. Check. C. Okay, fine. Let's see whether C is correct or not. C. Yes. Final question. C. Good. Everyone, try. Coefficient of x square is how much over here? 7. Correct? Yes. So sum is how much? Everyone. Sum is equal to minus coefficient of x square divided by what? Coefficient of x cube. X square is how much? Minus of 7 divided by 1. That is minus 7. Then product is how much? Product of the root is equal to minus of constant term divided by what? Coefficient of x cube, which is equal to what people? That is minus of minus 27 divided by 1, which is equal to how much? Plus 27. Now looking at that, we need to option hit. Everyone ready for the option hit? Option hitting. First option. Which option we will start off with people? Many people are telling option C. We will try with option C first. Everyone take option C. That means sum is how much? Sum is equal to minus 1 plus 3 minus 9, which is equal to how much people? Minus 7. Everyone got it as minus 7? Yes. Product is how much? Which is equal to, that is minus 1 into 3 into minus 9, which is equal to how much? Plus 27. So the product is plus 27. That means your answer is which option people? Both are correct. That means option C is your answer. Understood the method for cubic? This is the only way. Another way is there. Another way is they will give one of the root. They'll say that one of the root of the cubic equation is 1. Find the other two root. Will the approach change? No. You will take the sum of the root, product of the root. Instead of taking, you will take that one root when from the question also you will take. Then from the two options, one of the option you will check the sum of the root. Then you will check the product of the root. Which are option satisfied? That is your answer. That is the only approach. There is no other approach. Cubic equation means this is your approach. I hope that everyone got the point. Is it clear? I gave one question as homework, right? Can we do that also? So that you can try the workbook at home rather than doing it at home. Let's try. The final question. Let it be here. Read it and accordingly tell. Have a read and accordingly tell. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day, cost of each article was 2 more than thrice the number of articles on that day. Cost of production on that day was 800. Then the number of articles produced is how much is the question? Can you try? Read the question, try to understand whatever you have understand, write it over there. Okay, start off people. Yes, the time must start now. So read and try to decode something, at least one equation or something you try to put it up. Okay, so check again. Today we will have test of chapter 2 and one more chapter was there, which was the chapter combination. Of combination, then Sunday we are doing, right? Chapter 2 and 3 we will have test today. Okay, two tests will be there. Next chapter number 6 is all about calculator. How many of you have GT button in your calculator? How many of you doesn't have GT button? If you don't have GT button, then it will be a problem. If you have GT button, people without GT button, right? They will take around 90 seconds to calculate an answer. With GT button, you will get the answer within 10 seconds. Many questions based on next chapter. Okay, so that's why from day one I was promoting the brand ambassador of GT button in calculator. The reason is that it will help you out. Now, everyone read it. A cottage industry produces a number of pottery articles in a day. Okay, they are telling a cottage industry is there. They are producing a number of articles in a day. For example, I am having my GT button calculator business. Okay, GT button calculator business I started off. Then what happened is, I found that cost of one GT button calculator is 300 rupees. Okay, cost for making one GT button calculator is how much? 300 rupees. I found out that. Then I am producing 100 articles per day. 100 calculator per day. What is the total cost I am incurring? Can anyone tell me what is the total cost I am incurring? 300 into 100. That is the total cost. So, can I tell you that total cost is nothing but cost per article into number of articles? Yes. If one Kit Kat costs 5 rupees, 100 Kit Kat costs how much rupees? 5 into 100, that is 500. Same logic. For example, one pencil costs 5 rupees. 100 pencil will cost 5 into 100, 500. So, per article into cost of one article will give you the total cost. Keep that in your mind. Then we will read it. A cottage industry produces what? A certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed that on a particular day, the cost of each article was. So, cost of each article means what? The cost per article. Correct? For one article, how much is the cost? That is the meaning. Cost of, I will write it as cost of one article is given to be how much? The is 2 more than. 2 means you will write 2. More than means you will write plus. Yesterday also I told you the same thing. 2 more than. Thrice means what? 3 times. 3 into what? Number of articles. People, do you know the number of articles produced in a day? We don't know. We will put what? X. Let X be the number of articles produced in a day. You can make a note of it. Let X be the number of articles. Okay. That means 2 plus thrice the number of articles means it will become 2 plus 3x. Anyone, any doubt with respect to this? Right away tell me. So cost of one article is how much da? 2 plus 3x. Done. Cost of one article is 2 plus 3x. Did I do any magic? No, I just read what is given. I wrote it that right away. Then people, what is it total? If the total cost of production in a day was, of that day was 800. People, one more thing I told you. Total cost is how much? Total cost is nothing but cost of one article into number of articles. Correct? Total cost of one Kit Kat is equal to cost of one Kit Kat into total cost of Kit Kat is how much? The cost of one Kit Kat into total number of Kit Kat. Cost of total number of calculator is equal to total cost of calculator is nothing but number of cost of one calculator into number of calculators. Cost of one pen into total number of pen will give you what? Total cost. Similarly, total cost is equal to what? Cost of one article into number of article. What is the form? What is the value of total cost as per the question? 800 is equal to cost of one article is how much as per our answer? That is 2 plus 3x. Then number of article as our assumption is how much? X. Now you option hit, get me the answer. What is the number of article is the question. Option hit. Yes, 16. Some person said 16. Correct answer. Option B. Try. LHS is how much as per the question? 800. RHS is how much? RHS is nothing but 2 plus 3 into x. Now if you are putting is equal to 16. 2 plus 3 into 16. Which is equal to how much in calculator? 3 into 16 plus 2. Which will give you how much people? 50. Which is equal to your RHS or no? X is how much? We didn't put x. X is how much over here? That is 16. Okay. So that means into 16 also should be there. So 50 into 16 which is equal to how much people? 800 which is equal to your RHS. Understood the method? Yeah. So they just tell me how you did also. We will also check whether if it's a good shortcut even I can implement that right. Understood people? This is the approach. Now one good thing about this thing is whatever may be the type of question, we did the same question, same type of question with the age of the parent, age of the grandfather yesterday. Did we do anything extra over there? No. The same approach was there, but the only change was it was linear equation. Here it is what? Quadratic equation. That is the only difference over here. Okay. Yes. Done. 3x square is equal to 18. 3x square is equal to 18. Okay. 800. Then done people. The chapter is over. Can I just revise everything whatever we studied till now? First we studied what people? Linear equation. In linear equation there was one variable was there. Then there was what? The two variable. Two variable was we were using a shortcut method to solve the formula for x and y. Do you remember? For example, it is like give me a value 3x plus 4y is equal to 18, 2x plus 18y is equal to 21. Then find the value of x and y. How to find the value of x? In order to find the value of x, you will ignore what? You will ignore x. Then from up to top, that means 18 into 18 minus 4 into 21 divided by 3 into 18 minus 2 into 4. This way. Correct? Then how to find the value of y? Y was also similar, but the only difference is you will come from up to down. That means you will ignore this y. Then 3 into 21 minus 2 into 18 divided by denominator is same. 3 into 18 minus 2 into what? 2 into 4. This was the shortcut method we studied yesterday for what? Our linear equation in two variable. Then we studied what? We went for quadratic equation. Quadratic equation general formula is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Sum of the root is what? Minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Then product of the root is how much? That is nothing but constant term. Here is no minus is not there. Minus is not there. Okay. Remember that. Coefficient of x square. How to construct a quadratic equation? X square minus sum into x plus product of the root. That is another thing we studied with respect to quadratic equation. Then if one root is p plus root q, the other root will be what? P minus root q. That also we studied yesterday. Then if roots are reciprocal to each other, reciprocal means reciprocal to each other, that means product is equal to how much? The product of the root is equal to 1. That also we studied yesterday. Then today we started off with, if roots are in the ratio m is to n, then what is the shortcut? mn into b square is equal to m plus n the whole square into ac, where b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, c is the coefficient of nothing, it is the constant term. Then what else we studied today? We studied about nothing else, right? Then there are formulas. Alpha cube plus beta cube, that and all, it's a general thing. You should remember that. It is required throughout. Then we studied cubic. In cubic, what is the general formula? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. Then what is the sum of the root? Sum is how much? The minus of b divided by a, or I will write it as what? Minus of coefficient of whom? X square divided by coefficient of x cube. Then what did we studied, people? Product of the root. Product is nothing but constant term divided by coefficient of, minus also should be there. Product is equal to minus of constant term divided by coefficient of x cube, which is nothing but minus d divided by a. So these were the things we studied in this chapter. If you ask me, if you know this much, sorted. But you should know the application level of it, how to apply, how to take the values and all, you should know. Then one major thing we missed out, what are the roots of a quadratic equation? How to find roots of a quadratic equation? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac, the entire thing divided by what, people? 2a. That is the root of the quadratic equation. If you know this much, sorted, people, solve the questions again and again. Then solve the workbook. In workbook, I think you will have 3 questions where you will have doubt, usual way. So all the time in all the chapter, if you check, 3 questions will be out of the box. Out of the box in the sense completely away from whatever we have studied. So that type of question is always there. Try to solve it. If you are not getting the answer, ask. Okay.